For this entire year, Republicans, especially those in the House of Representatives, they've made everything this year about one man, Hunter frickin' Biden. Hunter F. Biden is what we will now call him. And Republicans have made it their mission to basically keep Hunter Biden in the headlines ever since they retook the House in early January, and they've done a good job of it. You can't go every few days without seeing a new Hunter Biden story, and obviously we had a big one this week that had nothing to do with the Republicans. But here's the thing. Republicans were hoping, and they're still hoping, and they're still promising, that they can somehow tie in President Biden to some kind of illicit activity by his son that Biden allegedly did while he was vice president. And then boom, we're going to take them all out. We're going to impeach them. Everything's going to be great. We're totally going to win. It's just going to be, it's the next witness that comes through that's actually going to give us more than just them saying, hey, I think this happened. Because so far, that's all they got. They got some hearsay. They got some conjecture, which, as we all know, does not hold up in court. But they don't have any hard actual evidence, so that's all they can do. And I do have to reiterate the fact that it's always the next witness coming up, right? Like, oh, we got a witness in 2 days coming up. They're going to tell us everything. Then that witness comes out and they're like, yeah, but we got another one in like 3 days and they're going to tell us everything. You just wait. Tune in next week. And I'm actually borrowing that phrase from a Republican strategist who described these idiotic Hunter Biden hearings as such. But the problem the Republicans have, trying to paint Hunter Biden and President Biden as some kind of, horrific cartel crime family, has now backfired on them according to the most recent polls. And now you have Republican lawmakers, including some of those in the Freedom Caucus, kind of freaking out because they've realized that they have now wasted 7 full months only for the public to say, we don't care. Let me read you this poll. A poll from last month found half of Americans believe Hunter Biden did receive favorable treatment from federal prosecutors due to his father, but 60%, which includes 59% of independents, believe the president is being a, quote, good father for supporting his son through his legal problems. So rather than saying, oh my God, these are horrible people, what they've ended up doing is creating sympathy for Hunter Biden and President Biden, because now you have a huge majority of people in this country, including a majority of independents, the people who are going to, decide the next election. They're out there saying, listen, all you've shown me is that President Biden's a good dad. Good job, bud. Way to go. That is definitely not what the Republicans wanted. So here we go. Let me read you a couple quotes from this week from some Republicans who not exactly thrilled with the way things are going. This is Republican Representative Roger Williams from Texas, who said, quote, if anybody deserves to be impeached, I believe it's Biden for what he has done. He did not elaborate on what he has done, but then he continued, at the same time, we've got to look to 2024. We've got to get this White House back, and we've got to get the Senate back. If I was running for president, I would focus on what I can do for 2024 and get this economy going again. Okay, well, we just got new economic numbers, and they're actually pretty dang good. So, the best thing Republicans can do is not touch the economy because you guys suck at it. Then you have David McIntosh, who runs the conservative Club for Growth. Now, they have come out against Donald Trump. They don't want him back. But they're basically saying, yeah, we're looking at the polls. It's not doing what Republicans think it's doing, so maybe we ought not be going down that path. Then you have Republican Representative Richard Hudson of North Carolina, who says, I think when we get home, the focus is the economy, the border, crime. These are the issues that matter, and these are the issues we're talking about. So he's even admitting, like, look, when I go back to my district, nobody's coming up to me saying, oh, Hunter Biden. That's not happening. They want to talk about the economy. They want to talk about the border. They want to talk about crime. And I guarantee you, they don't actually want to talk about those last two things. They want to talk about real issues. And Republicans have done nothing this year to actually talk about real issues, except, of course, for their plan to slash Social Security and Medicare, which also does not sit well with the American voters. But then you have non-representatives, right? You've got the Republican strategists. And this is the one I kind of, quoted earlier. This is GOP strategist Mike Madrid, who says, quote, it just smells like Benghazi. Republicans trying desperately to make a story. It's always, we've got a witness coming. We've got more coming. It's always next week. It's like a soap opera. Tune in next week. And he's right. He's 100% right. That's what these Republicans are doing. Like, oh, you just use next week. We're totally going to reveal it. We're leaving you on the cliffhanger now, but you tune in next week and we got even more for you. And they've come up with nothing. We see the headlines all over conservative media telling us like, oh my God, Biden took $3 million. You have no evidence to back it up. I'm not even trying to defend Joe or Hunter Biden on any of this. If they did crimes, let's figure it out. Let's hold them accountable. I got no problem with that. I won't lose any sleep. But y'all haven't come with anything. You just keep stringing people along, and the voters are the ones getting annoyed with it. Kevin McCarthy, at the beginning of last year, 2022, he had made it clear, along with Mitch McConnell, by the way, that when Republicans take back the House, we're not going to waste our time in all these investigations. We're not going to go after impeachment. We're not going to do that stuff because if we do it, it's going to backfire. Voters are going to be mad at us, and then we're going to lose again in 2024. So we're not going to do that. Now, McConnell kept his pledge in the Senate, but McCarthy, he came out this week and suggested, yeah, we may open an impeachment inquiry into Biden. Who knows? Because he let the extremists take the wheel. And it's going to cost them. All of this Hunter Biden nonsense, even if they come up with something at this point, you've already created so much sympathy for him. Marjorie Taylor Greene last week showing his naked pictures in Congress did not help your case. It made people look at Hunter Biden almost as the victim at this point. And to a degree, he certainly is, of their hatred. So you keep down this path that you swore you weren't going to go on, and it's going to cost you big in 2024, but they've already made it clear they're not changing course, and they're going to pay for it in next year's elections. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.